reports from news media or yellow journalists that we don't have a powerful support base is false and misleading. People want to benefit from their resources. People want to have a fair share of the resources. People want to have a say in who governs them in the counties. Instead of appointing in Monrovia and imposing leaders over the people, they want to elect their own people who will account and answer to them. It is only in Liberia the president wants to have solid control over the people, so they therefore appoint leadership over them. This is wrong. We are in a modern area and we want to modernize our politics. No, I don't want to jump the gun. You know, that's my trump card. I hold my trump card. The TRC boss say I'm a notorious war criminal. According to the TRC, am I truly a war criminal? Have I been declared as such by the competent court? Never. No. Never. If the TRC was a book to be believed, the Election Commission will not give me accreditation to run. Okay. The Liberian Senate or different tribes, different representations will not elect me on web ballot to represent Liberia in the ECOWAS Parliament as the third deputy speaker. Okay? So the point you're making noise, the Honorable Larry Yonkwe, I understand when he's passing now, he passed the other because he can't do what I did. It's shame. Shame. You know?
So, Senator Johnson, why are you moved whenever the name TRC War Crimes Code is?
No, I'm not moved because
most often you talk about it.
You know why I talk about it? No. Okay? With fear. So they want to offer BSc there. So if I have a school that offer AA and BSc, this kind of beautiful structure, beautiful, foreign equipment, everything, qualified professors. In 2 years, will be master. Okay? They will come here, they will all come here.
But wow, do you have a competent Liberian to face a cheers until you get imported?
Because I want to make the most modern. Look, the school in Monrovia, we got local armchairs, barely made, but expensive. But the chair we have now from the US, that no college got it here. You can only find similar thing perhaps to Blue Crest. It's about 20, 30 year guarantee. Still.
Okay, let's talk a bit about your county, Nimba, that you happen to be the senator of. Let's talk about a bit about the metal steel money and how properly it's been used and been managed by the people of Nimba.
The government of Ellen being a crook, we never benefited. This government had never given us our money, they clear it.
Wow.
That shouldn't be. So we need to meet as a caucus, Nimba caucus, Bon County caucus, and Grand Baza caucus. We need to meet the president, do something for the new MDA that is coming, so that the money can go straight to the counties. Because we're not benefiting.
But what is the cause? You are not benefiting?
Well, they put the money in escrow account, and government goes there. I think you just heard recently how the government, this regime went to the donor funds. They took, you know what I mean? And so if they can do that, what about Nimba money? Now the first place they went to. So we can't get any benefit.
Have the lawmakers of Nimba been able to gather the citizens and disclose the information to them like telling us right on the TV?
I always say that. Doing preaching on Sunday, I mention it. People play here, they know. They know. No county sitting anywhere in the country right now. Because you go to a county city, you come up with programs, then you access on the money through the PPCC, you know, and carry out development in the district. But nothing like that, all is gone.
We've overheard Tapita Hospital has been looted by the government. While the administration of Nimba, especially...
Well, the hospital staff didn't tell me. The last time they told me was one CT scan was to be taken away, and the president called me, and I told him, no.
Have you done due diligence since then?
They didn't take it again. But what they did, they allowed one CT scan to be taken away to Phoebe, and they didn't tell me. They had told me we'll stop it. But they took it away, it stayed long. Then when they came to take the second one, that one they said, let me tell the woman. Then the president called me, and then the VP called me, and I said, I think we should take money and buy it. It's about $75,000 or $100,000. Then we can buy. So we take one for Nimba, dismantle JFK, Jackson Doe, to build other hospitals. So I said no.
You supported this government with your heart, and this government paving roads.
My man, if we didn't support the government,
what about from here to the referral hospital?
if we did not support this government, Ellen was bent on doing what she wanted. That's the truth. Before the elections, Ellen had secret meeting in her house with all the magistrates from the counties and the commissioners. I brought about this on the air, but nobody knew it and nobody wanted to take part with me. So I kept quiet because each person thought it was in their favor. Cummings thought maybe that it was in his interest. Maybe Bronskin thought the same way. Maybe Boyka thought the same way. But when she went to the UN after the meeting and she told the UN that she wanted generational change, that one they came to themselves because we are all old people, right? So that one they realized that it was going to be a different person, not us. So when it came, we had a meeting in Ganta. I called a meeting. All the opposition parties, I sponsored the meeting. That the person who will be in the lead, we should support. And our objective was to get UP out. But when Usan and George were in the lead, other group refused to join. They went to join the very UP we sent to kick out the power, Boyka. So I kept my promise. You must be a promise keeper. A demonic character will not keep promise.
So how do you feel about working with this government, in this government as well?
It's my making. I gave my support for 6 years, and I'm watching keenly, and I've asked all opposition parties to disregard demonstration, December 1st or whatever. Let us all sit and watch and see how we move toward 2023. The re-election of this government will depend on the dividend of democracy that Nimba County will reap. Because the role here is not us. It was initiated by Ellen. We know that. The Logwato and this one, and the Ganta Yekepa, it was initiated. But what we're doing now is to remind them that what the previous government signed, please live by it. So we didn't sign it, it was signed before. So what we want is prioritize Nimba, relocate the Ganta, the Sanakoli Hospital from the train track, relocate the market or renovate the market in Sanakoli, do the market in Ganta, you know what I mean? These are projects we must benefit from. Don't come to talk about Logwato Road because I the past government.
Before we take leave of you this afternoon, you have contested for presidency 2 times and lost. 2023 is coming, and you might be contesting for senator. So how are we going to compromise that you still have the hope of contesting for presidency?
No, I will go to the Senate. Because you know what? I see this. 2023, it will be Rick.
Rick?
Yes.
What makes you think so?
Prophetically speaking, I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God. It's not something I'm seeing by this government. I say it will be Rick.
By this government?
By this government, to remain in power. Okay? And that will bring the government and the civilians into confrontation. So if I run for president, it is Rick, I will lose both the Senate and the presidency.
So did you see the end of that vision? What will happen if it is rigged?
I see some confusion between civilians and people. I see more demonstration, I see more chaos. I'm a man of God.
The citizens are crying every day, Liberia is high. Why are all the lawmakers?
If it don't happen, what I tell you, don't believe me.
Why are the policy are putting in place to make things good for the citizens who put you in offices?
Well, we do our best, we advise, but you cannot take the horse to the river and force it to drink. Because if I were president, I would prioritize salaries. Salary put food on the people's table. It made a civil servant to buy things to the market, money goes around. But look how we the senator 4 months we haven't gotten paid. The first of this kind of thing.
Are you disappointed?
We're going back to Taylor's Day.
Are you disappointed?
I'm supposed to be disappointed when my people are crying. Copper rent in Nimba County expensive, burger rent high. So if you want us to vote for you, we are prepared. But the first term we cry, then we must continue to cry on the second term. That the cry will continue until 2023. It will make us change our mind because I won't be stupid to come to Nimba and say, let me vote for the simple. They will throw me off. They will throw me off.
So you feel comfortable of being senator?
Yes, what God said, I will be a man. Because I tell you, there was massive rigging during this going election. My school, look at my children here, we can see. My wife and my children, we went to my school to vote. I didn't get one vote from there. So my wife betrayed me? Eh? I betrayed myself?
But did you take an issue to the National Elections Commission?
I care less. I know what happens, so I keep quiet. You see? I mean, that's what happened. It was surprising. It happened 2011, where we went to go vote Coca-Cola factory. All my people, all my supporters. Look, I went to Kakatown. I locked the place up 4 hours. No car coming, no car going. I went to Cotton Tree. I went to King George, Cape Town, in the night. People waited for my president 12 o'clock in the night. I went to Davidstown. People want real change. And they, yes, because I'm a former general, I'm a politician. When I tell you this, I do.
If you have to become president, what could be the difference you're going to make apart from being a senator right now?
I will make one key difference: decentralize the country, let the people elect their officials to govern them. Though you are elected democratically, but if you have the dictatorial norm, that means to centralize government, not to decentralize it, then democracy and dictatorship can't work together. Because the promise we made to decentralize, it should be done legislatively. I will have sent a bill to the House and have it done.
Okay.
Because he's a super player. I know. Because he's a brilliant player. That's right. All the opposition says defense. Double defense. Dribble. He's a reconciler. Developmental oriented. Man of integrity. Principle. Knowledge with an experience. Let's move this country forward. So what are you like?
If you have ever had an encounter with me, this is a great opportunity for you to go tonight. And I tell you, I will let you do it. Again, welcome. And let's have a great evening together with you.
Thank you very much, President Kumba Cole. And without any further ado, I will now call on the National Chairman of the Unity Party in the United States of America and Canada.
And these are general statements for those of us who have lost comrades, brothers and sisters in the struggle for democracy. Election in Liberia is not a play thing.
Come on now. Say it loud.
Incidental. Election 2023 will not be a palm butter or Tobogi party.
Say that again.
To be frank with you, it will be an act of confrontation in which one party will throw the other away or push it down. So this is not the time for elegant speeches. The future of the youth who have lost all hope. Ladies and gentlemen,
counting on the depth of knowledge, experience, and expertise of Honorable Boyka, he was requested to undertake short-term consultancies in several institutions, including the following: Chief Technical Advisor on Agricultural Policies, Ministry of Agriculture. Reviewed and evaluated the Liberian 1986 proposed grain revolution. Vice President Boyka is also a great humanitarian and philanthropist. In the civic and self-help sector, Honorable Boyka supervised and personally financed
We zijn hier in Liberia, een land dat verscheurd werd door oorlog. We staan hier voor het huis van Prince Johnson. Dat is de man die het oor afsneed van de verschrikkelijke dictator Samuel Doe. Wij hebben het geluk dat we mogen interviewen.
I captured the president, Samuel Doe. I was finished with war. So that means 9 months I fought. 9 months I fought. I came December 24th, 1989 to Liberia. And I walked my way from the border Ivory Coast to the capital. September 9, 1990, Samuel Doe was captured. And that was the end of the war for me. I never fought again. The war went on for 14 years. I fought only 9 months. If I were the most notorious war criminal, Nigeria peacekeeping force under the watchful eyes of the international community would never have taken me from here with my family for safety in Nigeria. But war can never be clean anyway. So we always ask the Liberian people, look here we are. Forgive us for our role. We came to remove what we call the dictator. In the process of removing him, there was a tense war. And when 2 elephants fight, the grass must suffer. So we are sorry for our role. We have sincerely apologized to the people of Liberia before the TRC. We've done it from time to time. People in Liberia know me to be very principled. When I say this, is that. And I keep my integrity in tight by doing what I say and saying what I do and being committed to what I believe. But we have all the monies from our resources that have been massively looted. And the people want change. Change that will involve the people themselves, not change for the betterment of those in power. And so I am that agent of change. First thing, the Liberian people no longer want an old lady. She's our mother. She's old now. And she needs to rest. As the first woman president in Africa, let her be the first woman president to honorably retire after one term, the Mandela. May God bless her. And I hope that she will change her mind. Otherwise, they will meet disgrace, political disgrace, on the battlefield of politics. We'll defeat them.
Morning. Reports from news media or yellow journalists that we don't have a powerful support base is false and misleading. People want to benefit from their resources. People want to have a fair share of the resources. People want to have a say in who governs them in the counties. Instead of appointing in Monrovia and imposing leaders over the people, they want to elect their own people who will account and answer to them. It is only in Liberia the president wants to have solid control over the people, so they therefore appoint leadership over them. This is wrong. We are in a modern area and we want to modernize our politics. No, I don't want to jump the gun. You know, that's my trump card. I hold my trump card.
The TRC boss say I'm a notorious war criminal. According to the TRC, am I truly a war criminal? Legal subdivision. Nobody, no lawmaker, no presidential candidate has ever done this.
In terms of monetary value,
but we're still building. I said 5.5 million when we are completed, but we're still building.
But you work for $15,000 and you have $5.5 million project.
You know, go and I will refer you to not only the Apostle Paul said, the Lord shall supply all my needs, but go to some barbecue. We went there, it was a small place. See what it is now. When your heart is captured by God's Spirit, you can do bigger things. This is God's word.
Are you doing some business apart from lawmaking?
I'm a senator, I'm a deputy speaker, and I have the right to get loan. I have properties in Monrovia. So with the property value you had, the bank gave you whatever loan, go to Echo Bank. I've been dealing with Echo Bank since 2005, since I came here.
With the high school in Monrovia, when did you build that high school and when it began to be a high school, by the way?
Well, when I offer BSc there, so if I have a school that offer AA and BSc, this kind of beautiful structure, beautiful foreign equipment, everything, qualified professors. In 2 years, will be master. Okay? They will come here, they will all come here.
But wow, would you have a competent librarian to face the chairs until you get imported?
Because I want to make the most modern. Look, the school in Monrovia, we got local armchairs, barely made, but expensive. But the chair we have now from the US, that no college got it here. You can only find similar thing perhaps to Blue Crest. It's about 20, 30 year guarantee. Still.
Okay, let's talk a bit about your county, Nimba, that you happen to be the senator of. Let's talk about a bit about the metal steel money and how properly been used and been managed by the people of Nimba.
The government of Ellen being a crook, we never benefited. This government has never given us our money, they clear it.
Wow.
That shouldn't be. So we need to meet as a caucus, Nimba caucus, Bon County caucus, and Grand Baza caucus. We need to meet the president, do something for the new MDA that is coming, so that the money can go straight to the counties. Because we're not benefiting.
But what is the cause? You are not benefiting?
Well, they put the money in escrow account, and government goes there. I think you just heard recently how the government, this regime went to the donor funds. They took, you know what I mean? And so if they can do that, what about Nimba money? That's the first place they went to. So we can't get any benefit.
Have the lawmakers of Nimba been able to gather the citizens and disclose the information to them like telling us right on the TV?
I always say that. Doing preaching on Sunday, I mention it. People play here, they know. They know. No county sitting anywhere in the country right now. Because you go to a county city, you come up with programs, then you access on the money through the PPCC, and carry out development in the districts. But nothing like that, all is gone.
We've overheard Tabitha Hospital has been looted by the government. Why the administration of Nimba, especially...
Well, the hospital staff didn't tell me. The last time they told me was one CT scan was to be taken away, and the president called me, and I told him, no.
Have you done due diligence since then?
They didn't take it again. But what they did, they allowed one CT scan to be taken away to Phoebe, and they didn't tell me. They had told me we'll stop it. But they took it away, it stayed long. Then when they came to take the second one, that one they said, let me tell the woman. Then the president called me, and then the VP called me, and I said, I think we should take money and buy it. It's about $75,000 or $100,000. Then what we can buy. So we take money from Nimba, dismantle Jackson Doe, to build other hospital. So I said no.
You supported this government with your heart, and this government paving roads.
My man, if we didn't support the government.
What about from here to the referral hospital?
If we did not support this government, Ellen was bent on doing what she wanted. That's the truth. Before the elections, Ellen had secret meeting in her house with all the magistrates from the counties and the commissioners. I brought about this on the air, but nobody knew it, and nobody wanted to take part with me. So I kept quiet, because each person thought it was in their favor. Cummings thought maybe that it was in his interest. Maybe Bronskin thought the same way. Maybe Burkhardt thought the same way. But when she went to the UN after the meeting, and she told the UN that she wanted generational change, that one they came to themselves, because we are all old people, right? So that one they realized that it was going to be a different person, not us. So when it came, we had a meeting in Ganta. I called a meeting. All the opposition parties, I sponsored the meeting. That the person who will be in the lead, we should support. And our objective was to get UP out. But when Usan and George were in the lead, other group refused to join. They went to join the very UP we sent to kick out the power, breaker. So I kept my promise. You must be a promise keeper. A demonic character will not keep promise.
So how do you feel about working with this government, in this government as well?
It's my making. I gave my support for 6 years, and I'm watching keenly, and I've asked all opposition parties to disregard demonstration, December 1st or whatever. Let us all sit and watch and see how we move toward 2023. The re-election of this government will depend on the dividend of democracy that Nimba County will reap. Because the role here is not us. It was initiated by Ellen. We know that. The Logwato in this one and the Ganta Yekepa, it was initiated. But what we're doing now is to remind them that what the previous government signed, please live by it. So we didn't sign it, it was signed before. So what we want is prioritize Nimba, relocate the Ganta, the Sanakoli Hospital from the train track, do the relocate the market or renovate the market in Sanakoli, do the market in Ganta, you know what I mean? These are projects we must benefit from. Don't come to talk about Logwato Road because of the past government.
Before we take leave of you this afternoon, you have contested for presidency 2 times and lost. 2023 is coming, and you might be contesting for senator. So how are we going to compromise that you still have the hope of contesting for presidency?
No, I will go to the Senate. Because you know what? I see this. 2023, it will be Rick.
Rick?
Yes.
What makes you think so?
Prophetically speaking, I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God. It's not something I'm seeing by this government. I say it will be Rick.
By this government?
By this government, to remain in power. Okay? And that will bring the government and the civilians into confrontation. So if I run for president, it is Rick, I will lose both the Senate and the presidency.
So did you see the end of that vision? What will happen if it is rigged?
I see some confusion between civilians and people. I see more demonstration, I see more chaos. I'm a man of God.
The citizens are crying every day, Liberia is hard. Why are all the lawmakers?
If it don't happen, what I tell you, don't believe me.
Why are the policy are put in place to make things good for the citizens who put you in offices?
Well, we do our best, we advise, but you cannot take to the horse to the river and force it to drink. Because if I were president, I would prioritize salaries. Salary put food on the people's table. It made a civil servant to buy things to the market, money goes around. But look how we the senator 4 months, we haven't gotten paid. The first of this kind of thing.
Are you disappointed?
We're going back to Taylor's day.
Are you disappointed?
I'm supposed to be disappointed when my people are crying. Copper rent in Nimba County expensive, burger rent high. So if you want us to vote for you, we are prepared. But the first time we cry, then we must continue to cry on the second time. That the cry will continue until 2023. It will make us change our mind because I won't be stupid to come to Nimba and say, let me vote for the simple. They will throw me off. They will throw me off.
So you feel comfortable of being senator?
Yes, what God said, I will be a man. Because I tell you, there was massive rigging during this going election. My school, look at my children here, we can see. My wife and my children, we went to my school to vote. I didn't get one vote from there. So my wife betrayed me. Eh? I betrayed myself.
But did you take an issue to the National Elections Commission?
I care less. I know what happens, so I keep quiet.
In 2017, losing to George Weah. Well, he could get a second bite of the cherry at elections due in 2023. But would he want to? Well, at the moment, he's chairman of an uneasy opposition alliance known as the Collaborating Political Parties, or CPP. Mr. Boakai is currently in the United States and he's been speaking to Focus on Africa from Maryland. So, first question, does he still want to be president of Liberia?
Very much so. Not an ambition, but it's a desire to serve my people in an area that I see a lot of deficiency.
You call this a desire to serve your people, but in 2017, your people rejected you in favor of George Weah.
Well, let's say it that way, because we accept the will of a democratic society, but I know I wasn't rejected.
Well, you lost the election.
Great. That's how we say it.
So, in 2023, what makes you think that the Liberian electorate will change its mind?
The Liberian electorate have found out that they made a mistake, and that mistake need to be corrected. And that is shown in all of the things that are happening in Liberia, and I'm very, very sure that the Liberians have now remade up their minds.
And the election in 2023 would mean that you'd be 78 years old. You'd be going against Mr. Weah, comparatively youthful in his 50s. Health-wise, would you be fighting fit to take him on and be able to endure the rigors of the campaign?
In terms of fitness, I'm very fit. In terms of being able to compete, I'm very, very capable. And we are not right now talking about age. I'm in very good health. And we are maybe in his 50s, but he's not doing what the people want. The people want somebody who is capable, fit, and able to lead them by example.
So let's look at the politics then. I mean, there seems to be a problem with the political equation, if you like. I mean, at least from your end, you are in a coalition group. You're collaborating with political parties, which you're currently the chairman of. But this is a fractious coalition, isn't it? You guys are divided, and there's been internal wrangling. You know the old saying that a house divided cannot stand. Can it stand on the verge of, if it's on the verge of collapse, your political coalition?
This is a normal process in our organization. You do have issues. What is important is that we are able to resolve them, and that's what matters.
Have those issues been resolved? And in fact, what are those issues?
Well, the issues were like you would know that we had some problem with the framework document, and those issues that have been discovered. I just took over as the chairperson. I came here, and as people know me, I'm good at resolving issues. When I go back, we definitely will resolve those issues.
Now, you say some of the issues had to do with the framework document, which is actually the beating heart of any political party and establishment. Now, if you can't agree on that, the most basic of things, what are the prospects of you winning an election and governing your country?
We haven't reached a point where we say we can agree on that. We are saying that the issues that we have, we're going to resolve them. And I know once we resolve those issues, we move forward.
Joseph Boakai, former Vice President of Liberia, speaking to me from the...
Let me welcome you to the magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Here we discuss the truth. We are done here to behave like you know you all. Let me say thank you to Fatmata for giving me this beautiful heart, for giving me a gift. Fatmata, you did extremely well. But let's go into the issues. You know, yesterday when I met the Ome, many of you guys think that the Ome is actually old. He is an old car, you need to be parked. But let me tell you this and tell you it very clear. Let us be able to look at Africa. Africa has our common example, Africa, our African country, our West African countries' counterparts. How many years old is Paul Biya? Paul Biya is 87 years of age. Paul Biya. And he is the current president of Cameroon. You want for me to Emmanuel Pinto. Emmanuel Pinto, he is 83 years of age. But his people are not refusing to elect him. Let us come to Alpha Conte. Alpha Conte, who they just removed from office. Alpha Conte was 82 years of age. Alpha Conte was 82. Alassane Ouattara. Alassane Ouattara is 78. 78 years of age will be Alassana Ouattara. So you see, the African continents, folks, we need to elect the Pape. The Pape is the best way forward. This is a man that been working in government for 25 years, that he does not have a one corruption claim on him. Not a single one corruption claim on him. But let us look at our government today. Let us look at our government today. Our government, Natana Falamage, is corrupt down to the teeth. Samuel Tua is corrupt down to the teeth. I'm not talking about Gucci Clan. Gucci Clan is corrupt. So you know, they were saying 2017, you know, many of you guys were saying, you know, now you know the young man is strong, but that young man does not have the conscience of heart. George Manawia does not believe in Liberia. Joseph Bakan, when I sat down yesterday and I listened to him, I said, yes, this is the man that I will vast my campaign for. This is the man that I will test. Because, you know, it is good for you to pour your quest into someone who has been there. JNB was vice president for 25 years. You know, many of you guys say that JNB, what happened that you have not built Lofa Road? What happened JNB have not built Lofa Road? You are vice president for 12 years. Oh, okay. All right. But the Southeast, how many presidents they have provided? How many presidents had the Southeast? I'm not talking about vice president. I said president. How many presidents that the Southeast has provided for Liberia? Are there perfect road there to go to the Southeast? Are there perfect road to the Southeast? Wherein, before you go to one country to another, you have to sleep days and days on the road. Are they? You know, some of you guys, William Aratoba was vice president for 20 some more years. What did he do? What did he do? What did William Aratoba did? You know, I sometimes get confused from the Liberian people. I sometimes get confused. The man was vice president for 25 years, for 20 some more years. I said 25, but it's more than 25. For 20 some more years. What happened? Was he able to build a road from Monrovia straight to his hometown? And then some of you guys come here with trivial arguments. Oh, the Papa is old. Oh, the Papa is old. Yes, it's true. Yes. But his mind is not as old as you think. 2023 will make the Papa 28 years of age, 78 years of age. 2023 will make the Papa 78. So does that mean that a 78 years old man cannot be president? Some of you guys don't have nothing to say. And I know there are the ANC. The ANC does not have nothing absolutely to say. Oh yes, the ANC don't have nothing to say. The Omen came, the Omen never came to the United States to marry make. The Omen never came to the United States to marry make, to dance with girls and women, to womanize. No. The Papa came with a clear agenda. The Papa came with a clear agenda. The Papa manifesto is ahead of him. When he sat with you to discuss the issues of Liberia, not the issue of himself. Not the issue of himself. The owner said that he had been living in a house that was built 20-some more years ago. What are you looking for to go build houses around? What are you looking for? And for those of you who are still in the government waft, y'all get ready. Natana follow Magina, they must get ready. Samuel 20, they must get ready. Because the Papa will not leave no stone untouched. You know, many of you guys, many of the ANC, Jinjiang, according Jinjiang politicians. Many of the ANC, they don't have the issues to discuss. They don't have the substantial issues to discuss. They be whining and dancing. But the Papa came to the US with a clear agenda. Have you not seen the people that are going to JFK Medical Center? Have you not seen the women? So the Papa have come to love it. Not one, not two continue going after the Papa leave. Not one, not two, not three. Oh yes. Not one, not two, not three. I can show you for that. The Papa left this morning to go to Phoenix, Arizona, where the Papa will be meeting high power dignitaries. Not talking about Liberian community. Papa be meeting the decision makers, the mover and the shakers. Those are the people that can make the ball to move. Those are the people that the Papa will be talking to. The Papa came to PA, to Pennsylvania. The Papa met with the high power delegations for Nancy Pelosi. High power delegation for Nancy Pelosi office. Nancy Pelosi sent high power delegations to meet with the Papa. High power delegations. Then the man came to Minnesota. The man came to Minnesota Friday. People were waiting in line. White people, Oyibo people were waiting in line. White people were waiting in line to greet this woman, to have an authentic meeting with him. So he is not just whining and dining and watching. JNB is not doing that. JNB don't have pleasures with dancing with a lot of women. No. So you say the Papa is old, and you young, you get your young man. Let your young man stay aside, let him go his way. And I love what the Papa said yesterday. When I asked you guys yesterday, when I get through with my show, and I was able to ask, what will be the question that you guys want for me to ask? One guy texted me, and that was the question that I asked. Why you cannot move away? Why? Why, Papa, why is it that you cannot go, you and Senator Nyomli, you and Darius Zira, you and Ben Nayuri, why you guys cannot go, you guys cannot move away from the CP? Because the CP is a disaster. Because the CP is a self-proclaimed people who don't respect women. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. The man does not respect women. And I say woman, the man does not respect women. Alexander B. Cumming does not respect women. He does not have one level of respect for women. Oh yes. Because I detected that from his comment. I detected that from his comment. The Jinjan comment that we were making to the Liberty Party headquarters. For God in heaven's sake, the political leader of the party who bear the arms of the party, who carry the torch of the party, told you, don't come here. You are in a home wherein your wife tell you that you don't want for your friend to come. Then you say, my friend come. That friend, if that friend comes, then he does not have one level of respect for women. That what your political leader did. Cummings does not have one level of respect. And I love how the Liberty Party people chanted yesterday. The post said that as far as they are concerned, they will not recognize Musa as somebody. Oh yes, the Liberty Party in the United States, they are saying they will not recognize Musa as somebody until it is Musa Belete that ANC want to carry as their vice president. A corrupt guy at Musa Belete. A corrupt guy at Musa. That's the Musa that they want to carry as their VP. Musa who does not have a base. Musa who claimed that he's from Nimba, but he does not have a single base in Nimba. Oh yes, I even have a base per Musa. I even have a base more than Musa. JNB, no, the president with us last night. The people were discussing the interest, and I can assure you, all of you guys this, when the people go back, the CP, the people walk away from the CP. The people will walk away from the CP. Take it from the bank and cash it. Take it to the bank and cash it for free. JNB will walk away from the CP. Take it to the bank and cash it. Take it to the bank and cash it. JNB, what they advance. We are ready. We are ready to make JNB the next president of our country. We are ready to give everything that we have in our corner. To give everything that we have to JNB. Money is not elections. When money was going to be elections, then Thomas Fala was going to win by now. Then Thomas Fala was going to be senator. When money was elections, then Senator Josh Weah was not going to be senator. Oh yes. Then we're going to be gay. The gay guy. So money is not everything, as the people say. The people say money will come. Money will come. You think all the people that are meeting, are they meeting then just for discussion, free discussion? That's what the people said to me. He said, do you think all the people, all the dignitaries that are meeting in the USA, you think they are just meeting them just for blamfoon topic? So the people is ready. The people is ready. You know, some of you guys don't get to understand it. You think that speaking, going in a corner, going to go take picture with women, talking about 30% women participation. You think that's right? You think that's right? Yeah. Go. You can go. You can go say that women 30% participation. But for the fact that we know that you don't have respect for women, that so far you dare respect it. Senator, the way Senator Darius did not mar with you. The way Senator Darius did not mar with you. You went, you gained against his office and were able to make his special assistant resign. Only because you believe that you have me money. But if Kumi want to go that route, we can go there for him. Let it pull out of the CP. Let's see what our Kumi will get. 30%. 30%. Let's see what Mr. Kumi will get 30%. I fear Paul. The man is saying he believe in Mia. The man is saying he believe in Mia. Or you now saw Mama Yoko. You think Mama Yoko made mistake to go to JNB? You think he made mistake? Because Mama Yoko need to be taking treatment. Mama Yoko need to be taking treatment. It has been a long time since he left from Maritime. He have not been going for treatment now. So it is banning upon JNB for the man to go to West African countries for him to go to treatment. The man believe in suicide. The man believe in it. And also, why he did not answer Madi Dakite questions? Why? The man believe in Mia. Mia is the one that JNB Kumi believe in. But you know, we'll try to discuss more of that when the times come. What happened to Abdullah Wahab, former Senegalese president? What you will say about Paul Biya? What you will say about Lassana Ouattara? What you will say about the president of Nigeria? Buhari. What you say about Buhari? Why you will say about Buhari? JNB Kumi believe in Mia. If that's the one that will make you mad, I will say, one day I know that shit you can't do to me. Shit you can't do to me. Shit you can't do to me because the man believe in Mia. The man himself, he is involved into the Mia. The Mia is the gay activities, the borehole licking. That's the one that the man believe in. So don't come here to tell me why you answer. I have the right to, because if JNB Kumi was a private citizen, then I will not discuss it. But he wants to be president for our country. A president, really? A president for a country like Liberia. And JNB Kumi want to be president. A man who could not. He was at the peak. He could not identify with Liberia. He could not one single thing that JNB Kumi can point out. Not one single thing that JNB Kumi can point out. At the time he was at Coca-Cola, that he did for Liberia. That's the one. Oh, because they now retire him, so now he want to go to Liberia. Because they retire him. Because they retire him, now he want to go to Liberia. Really? You think the Liberian people, you think the Liberian people, they are so, the mumu? You think that our people are mumu? And Zana be coming to carry money, the people will ill. And Zana be coming carry the money, that our people will eat his money. Our people will eat his money. That one of the ANC followers told me. It's about who told you say behind because you want to be popular. They said behind for your money. I said, oh. They said behind for his money. It think we are here to not inform our people. For God heaven's sake, the man. Let me come play you guys that clip. For God in heaven's sake, Elzana be coming there and all. Elzana be coming there and all. Elzana be coming there and all. Seriously? The man who was heavily involved in the Mia. Elzana be coming there and all. They say they want to become president for our country. Elzana be coming there and all. You know? But what chastising? What chastising will tell you that Liberia is not very good. I bring you the clip.
Question on gay rights. And I've answered this question, and perhaps not too elegantly. And I've used the words that I'm conflicted by this issue, but let me explain why. Let me explain what I mean by that. It's a lifestyle that I struggle with. As important, though, I believe, Liberians are also focused on health, education.
You see, that was the question that the people, Mamadi Dakite, never asked you. They never asked you what Liberian people are suffering from. The question was gay. Are you a gay? Then the man said, I suffer from gay activities. Oh, really? You suffer from gay activities? Really? If Elzana B become president for our country, let me turn around 100 times. We'll muster the courage. We'll make sure we go into our villages and town to campaign heavily against the Miamianga. The Miamianga. Elzana B come as a Miamianga. Miamia. You know, when I say that, then the ANC people can get mad. You get mad, that's my business. You get mad, that's not my business. All right? You get mad, that's not my business, but Liberia that I know, we cannot elect a Miamian president. Miamia, Boho. We cannot. I'm not saying that Liberians, but for us, we cannot afford for us to elect someone who is feeling through the asshole, who wearing pampers. So JNB is in the town. JNB arrived not too long in Phoenix, Arizona. JNB will be meetings. Arizona was John McCain City. for John McCain states. The mayor today, this morning, tons of people awaited the mayor to the airport. Tons of white people, Oyibo people, they awaited the paper to the airport. You think that for Alexander B. Cummings business, or you think that your Funky's business will CPP? No. They want in the interest of the countries. They making the case for Liberia. While the other counterparts, when they come here, they marry, they go to girlfriend, so that people can know, so that people cannot be able to fully identify him as a gay. Then he can be dancing with woman Nazis. That's what Alexander B. Cummings can be doing. Pape making the case for our people, for our suffering people. Pape making the case for Liberia. Pape said to me last night, he said, for me, it's a desire for me to be president. It's a desire. And you heard in his interview. I said, well, why? You want to be president? They said, the things are happening in this country. The thing that happening is in the country. So when some of you guys don't think well, you come put your mouth. Some of you guys, you don't even brush your teeth. Some of the ANC people don't even brush their teeth. They come here to come wash their dirty, their common mud, their stink asshole on the paper. But we are warming up. We are warming up to come for the entire CDC, because ANC is part of the CDC. ANC is a part of CDC. So keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. Once more, 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. Oh, yes. If you trust yourself, corner. But I must make the case for my own man. I'm going to be able to make. Now I have listed other 7 African leaders. 7 African leaders who are old. Who are old. Nana Akufo-Addo. Do you know how many? Nana Akufo-Addo is how many years of age? The pay is 76. Nana Akufo-Addo is 76. Huh? You're already Museveni. You want to know how many years old Museveni is? Museveni is 76. 7 good African leaders who are old, but their countries want them. When it comes to the ANC, they keep talking JNB too old, the very too old, the very old. Yeah, the old man want. We want to sit down on the old man to plant a new one. Hurry, that our boss trouser. So we don't want that. Keep your call coming out on 824-8124 or 267-938-2801. Oh yes. You don't want a leader who for them to even sit down with a person is difficult. Keep a call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. You know, as I always say, it is good that we have men like Joseph Boakai. Oh yes, that is good. Many of you guys say that the people have been in power. People have been in power from government office to government office for 40 years. That's what many of you guys say. Then I get to ask them, is it they are really thinking right? So the time they were fighting, so JNB were working in the government, right? So the time the war, you were killing each other. So JNB was still working, right? So you guys don't even think upright. But that's all I had to say tonight. You know me. If I can dress back, I can give it to you guys there I receive it. Especially people coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we have a lengthy discussion last night. We have a lengthy discussion last night with the people. And I was also telling you, men like D-Flow, who is a fire-burning talk show host. People not like us. People not like Francis Donor. Francis. People not like the Abraka talk show. Those guys will chant for your cause. And when the election time comes, we'll go into the trenches. I'll be fully attired. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on a small sedition. They are the ANC are small sedition. ANC is a small, tiny sedition. Do you know Cummins? You really do? I'm not ready here for that. Let me play you some clips while we await our caller.
Because he's a super player.
We have friends too. We have people who are concerned. They may be silent, but they are looking after us too, because they too want to be free. So when you think you have all these guns and carrying them around, there are people who are there for us because of the prayer that we are offering. God will redeem that country.
We'll take another 3 on this side and another 3 on this side. So we'll start from my left hand side.
Well, thank you so much, Ambassador Boakai. My name is Princess Kumar. I'm coming from Liberia tomorrow. Next week, coming to the United States. I am the president of the Liberian Diaspora Business Association. Also, along the interacts of the MMA, board, chairman of the promotion. I flew from New Jersey, trying to get to, get into Philadelphia, and I arrived this morning at 10 o'clock, just to meet you and ask you 2 questions. Ambassador Walker, as we have said it, Liberia is bleeding. I go to Liberia 3 times quarterly as a business practitioner. Liberia is challenged on 3 pillars. 1, security. 2, access to capital. 3, opportunity. This is not something we are sugarcoating. Today, 60% of the old people in Liberia go to bed with hunger. From the UNDP report, 52% of the young people remain vulnerable, according to Zuko, the lack of opportunity. Today, the microfinance institution banks are going to bankruptcy. Our money are in the bank, and they say, go and come back, we'll give you your money. How do you address the issues of the Liberian in terms of security, access to capital? Number 2 question, what do you want from us in the diaspora for your victory in 2023? If so, what do you want?
Go ahead. Ask a question.
Thank you very much. Ambassador Walker, my name is Abraham K. Kamara II. I live in Minneapolis. My question has to do with what you are doing in the CPU along with Ben Nigerian, Senator Nimba Lawrence, and Abraham Dawes. You are in collaboration with a man who does not respect women's rights. You are in collaboration with someone who does not have one respect for women. And you are in collaboration with him.
Please don't interrupt him.
Who's the person?
He's asking who's the person?
You. It's the time you're coming. So that is my question. Why are you doing the CP? Yes.
Next person. Please. Ambassador will respond. Please. Next person.
Okay, welcome to our beautiful state, JNB. I'm Dr. F. George of Brooklyn Park. My question here has to do with you have been in the Hem of Power for 12
us Liberians and those are watching you at this hour. As a host, the question to you, maybe you may have the answer. Looking at the character called Joseph Boakai, it's A and B. Do you think Joseph Boakai is a leader, or do you think Joseph Boakai is a politician?
Repeat that question one more time.
A and B. A, Joseph Boakai is a leader. B, Joseph Boakai is a politician. Which one will you take?
He is a leader.
Very good. You got it. If in Liberia looking for a leader, I want to be sincere and I want to be right on the point. We are high politicians. Politicians are not real people. They are not factuals. They tell you what you want to hear. And when you give people power, the thing that you want to hear, the thing you want to hear from them to tell you, to incite you If you get in power, they will deny you or either not fulfill what they have promised. A leader, when he says a word, he stands by it. I do not know Mr. Walker, but the privilege I had to have contact with him in Philadelphia. I never went close to him, I never shook his hand. But I could looking for a leader for a country called Liberia, where I was born. And what I collected in a town hall meeting in Philadelphia, Abraham, I came from work that morning, and I never slept, because if I had slept, I would not have the time to go there. I stayed up, I went there to the end of the program. Then I came by him before I put in my eye. I wanted to know their character. I want to make my own decision. That's why God has said what he has said. I want some confirmation by myself or him. Liberia looking for a leader, and this time, we should not, and again, should not overlook and deny God what he had told us. Joseph Walker is the leader of Liberia. He's not a politician, and he will not be president. He will be a leader, not a president. A president of time is a time frame. After the time frame expires, you leave. But a leader set the tone, set the page. Make sure that everybody be protected. Guide the people by the word of God. Step it as God wanted. And that was what I saw in Joseph Walker. I don't know the man. I haven't seen the man. My first time seeing him. I know if Liberia we want leader, Joseph Walker is a leader.
Thank you.
We missed it 2017. This time, again, 2017, when God told the children of Israel, Saul gonna beat you, gonna make your children prostitute, gonna kill your children in the street. Liberian people say, God, shut up. We know what we want our own kind. Again, God is giving a leader. That's my point. And Joseph Walker is a leader I know of.
Thank you. Thank you. Pastor Charles, we're having many things to talk.
But they saw, when we had the midterm election, that Nigerians are no longer going to be fooled. Because a bag of rice will not stop their problem. The $500 we gave them today will not stop their problem.
That somebody here what owe to you. That somebody here what owe to you. What are able to make a sound decision? What the ANC people follow? What are you guys looking for? But the people will flog you. They pay in the CDC, they will go for the second one. And the people will be Victoria at last. The repeat of 2017 is coming. Where in the CDC, they will go head to head, and people will flock the CDC. Just imagine. Now I have to say, let me take another call here. Kora, what is your name and where are you calling out from?
Yeah, Abraham. How you doing?
I'm doing quite all right, and you?
I'm fine. I don't usually call on your show all the time. I call once in a blue moon. Did you listen to Darius Diron today?
No.
Okay. I'm not member of UP, neither the Triple.
You coming in breaking? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay. I'm not member of any of those political parties. I'm a member of both. Vision for Liberia Transformation. But when I listen to Darius Diron today, from his tone of speaking, and the way he spoke, the way he analyzed things, way back in April of this year, Darius Delon said only CPP can destroy CPP, or only CPP can defeat CPP.
Mm-hmm.
And when he spoke that day, when he used that word, it looked like he was saying something as a town crier or soothsayer that only CPP will destroy CPP. Look, it is so pathetic and so disgraceful at this time. You see, in every organization, one man cannot say he's a beer bottle in the room.
I know, right?
One man cannot say he's a beer bottle in the room. You know, when he alone have that beer bottle and open it, the foam of that beer bottle, or the foam of that beer, the way in which you open it, it wastes all over. The way in which you open it, you will serve your friend a glass of that beer.
Mm-hmm.
That is to say, because I can hear everybody.
So when you listen to ADD today, what did ADD say?
He spoke of unity. He said everybody in ANC, Nina UP should shut up. They should come together. And he quoted what he said on quote in April today. If you listen to him in his podcast, he spoke for so long. Darius has not come on his podcast to speak for over hours. He only speaks for 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. But today he went overboard. It looked like something is happening. You see, Liberians, they cannot face the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham, they cannot face the facts. When ANC people denigrating, you know, this is what I hate about we the Liberians.
Mm-hmm.
When ANC people denigrating Omen Boakai, nobody talks. But the moment Henry Costa opened his mouth
then they want
to repeat, because it was not Henry Costa that was hitting on Mr. Cummings. It was other people denigrating the old man, cursing him from ANC. But what Henry Costa said, and everybody are talking about it today, Mr. Cummings is a role, he's a finger, he's this, he's that. When Yomli came out and said this thing happened under the watch of Alexander Cummings, let him take responsibility, the war went black. They say Yomli, who is the chairman for the chairperson for CPP, why she should come out and say that? It means that she has no leadership skill. And they were daring the old man, daring him. Oh, Mr. Boakai is old. He doesn't want to take the leadership of CPP. Now, Mr. Boakai is there. And the problem still exists. Mr. Cummings has not, you know, I don't know. Liberians, we are so weak and wicked in our mind. Why carry Charles Taylor to jail?
Oh.
They say whatsoever the unit does, the commander is responsible.
Oh, yes.
And Lucius too came and cursed the old man. Cursed the old man. Cursed Mr. Ure. Cursed Madam Yombli. Cursed everybody. Nobody is speaking about it. And Kume have not come up in a press release to say what this man did is wrong. But they look at other people like you, other people like, you know, in the social media, saying, oh, these people can cause Mr. Cummings, they can do this. And I said on Sekou Show, Abraham, that it wasn't Mr. Cummings though that authored that document, that changed anything in that document. His followers, Councilor To, Mariah Yakura, all the Rama Road Mr. Cummings is going through, This man with good integrity that he built up for years. These are the people who fighting him. They fighting Mr. Cummings for his money. And they are not coming out to tell him the truth that Mr. Cummings, you can't win in Liberia. But whatsoever they say, bossman, you can do it. Bossman, you can win. And at this time, this present moment that we are in our country, we don't need any other person. We need persons with sober mind.
Oh, yes.
To lead our country, to bring all the people together. And say, you know what? I want these people to be together. But watch and see. What Dillon said today, you will hear more about ANC. You will hear more about Unity Party. This coming Sunday, listen to Darius Dillon when he's taking on his own political party. And its people within the party. Then from there, you will hear from Dillon too what really happening in ANC, in CPP. You will hear it. Take it from me. What Dillon started today, it will continue. It will continue more than what he said today. I'm not so sad though. I'm not nobody though. But listen to Abraham Darius Dillon this coming Sunday, and listen to Dillon the following Sunday about CPP. How will Dillon take upon his own political party, Liberty Party, this coming Sunday? From there, you will know as to whether Dillon will take on CPP. Thank you very much for having me. I'm not a soothsayer, but you will say Mr. Danoa said it, and this old man can think farther than what people thought. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
You know, just before you go, you know, the Papa is a leader. The Papa, when they ask the Papa about the CPP, the Papa always having that mind of uniting the CPP. The man said that if the CPP hold, then that's it. But if the CPP does not hold, then you cannot force. You can only carry the horse to the water to drink.
Okay, Abraham, he can only carry the horse to the water to drink. Just stop right there. You know what Mr. Parker will not do? From our own political point of view, the wash will not, the creek will not dry in Mr. Barker's hands. Mr. Barker will not be the one to tell people that not divide CPP or not leave CPP. You know what's going to happen?
What's that you tell me?
Shame. When Mr. Barker get back, take it from me today. Today is the 14th of...
Amen. That one is not even say gossip. When Mr. Barker get back, that's the end of CPP. I can tell anybody that.
When Mr. Barker get back, take it from me today, the 14th. What time is it? 8:24. When Mr. Barker get back to Liberia and call all the three other political parties leader and put them together, because he said on BBC and VOA that the problem we have seen was the problem. The document was altered. And he's saying it as a leader. The document was altered, but we will resolve it. If Mr. Barker go back to Liberia, because Mr. Cummings coming back, Mr. Cummings will be here this week for the shadow program. When he goes back and they sit and they talk, if Mr. Cummings cannot come off verbally, at least it should be behind closed door. Let them bring up. That's my own point of view, though. This is what will happen. And CPP will come up with one, how they call it, press conference, that everything has been resolved. And within that, you will hear the tone of ANC. Today, the 14th, 8:25, when they have their general meeting, when all of them finish with their visitations in America or around the world. 8:26, I'm ending up by 8:26. When they come up with one statement, you will see ANC will be cool. Nothing will happen. And Mr. Mr. Cummins, by the help of God, Mr. Cummins will accept whatsoever CPP will do, because you know why? That is, if at all he put on an ego hand again, that will be the end of Mr. Cummins. Mr. Cummins says, a political career in Liberia.
You not know that Mr. Cummins had they resorted the Ome one time.
That's politics.
No. He called for meeting at the time he was chairman. He called for meeting. The Ome attended. Now the Ome is the chairman. The Ome called for the first meeting. Do you know that Mr. Cummins walked out? Mr. Cummins said he sent a letter and said they are not coming.
Okay, thank you very much. You know why? As an elderly man in the room, you cannot be married with all your children. That's a first offense. We don't say or we don't call that one in politics as disrespect or gross insubordination. He wants to try the woman's ability, whether he's a father or somebody who will be in the room, to settle everything. That one I don't call it disrespect. That's politics. You can play hardball in politics. According to my own understanding of politics, you can play hardball. I did criminal justice administration. I'm a criminologist. I'm an investigator. For me, I got my BSc and AA in criminal justice administration. I serve anyway. But for me, you know, when you do the full ethics of administration, you talk about democracy. That democracy patient that Omer is applying or he have done so far with Alexander Cummins. We will see what kind of leader Pabuaka will be in Liberia. There are other political parties willing to join Buakai, to join CPP, for them to have a very close collaboration in Liberia and emerge in Liberia.
Okay.
But yet and still, we will see what will happen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ambassador Francis Duno, go ahead.
Yes, sir. How are you, Mr. CEO of Abraka Talk Show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you got a nice topic tonight. I just got to say hi to everybody, and including your audience. You know, the politics business in Liberia, people say JNB ain't got no money, ain't this, ain't that. Like you said, AB, you know, you're doing good for the show. You know, all these African leaders all over Africa, they're not even looking at it. They ain't even counting Eddie Johnson study when she became president. Why would he say Eddie was too old? Did Eddie have money? Okay, let's go back to 2005, for example. Quantum Coalition headed by Vani Sharma. Who spent the highest money 2005 elections? Vani Sharma.
Tell me about
it. He didn't win. So we're not saying money is not a factor. We need money to get the necessary logistics. Another key point you pointed out is the issue of road connectivity. They're putting it on Joseph Boakai.
I'm telling you.
Because he was vice president. Like you said, I've done the research already. Former vice president, Torba. Nobody knew Torba. Let me give them small history tonight, and they can go look it up. I got a book here called Torba of Liberia. When you read that book, you get to know the ECOWAS that we got today. It was almost single-handedly negotiated and funded or established by Torba. By how smart brain that gentleman was. Torba was vice president to Torba for 19 years, according to our history.
Okay.
We were not born. But most Liberians didn't even know. Okay? So, what kind of development Torba carry on besides church work? Besides church work with the Baptist church. This is how vice president all over the world looking like.
Oh.
In the West, it's a little bit okay because they're trying to portray everybody got to participate. But hold on a minute. Can Kamala Harris just get her and go somewhere when a Joe Biden tell her to go do it? She can just get her and go? No.
Tell me about it.
And moreover, Africa and Liberia in particular, our problem is not the people. Our problem is a lack of good president.
Okay.
The leader. Why the people fail to get this thing here? I still remember Dr. Seguano doing one of our political science lectures. You know, I can remember 2008, 2009. I was still over there trying to finish my thought, you know. Dr. Guano said we were talking about topics in Liberian politics. Dr. Guano said there's a book they call The White Hands Behind the Death of My Husband, written by the wife of the late Turbo, Victoria White. Okay? And more bizarre, he was with the Minister of Foreign Affairs who took over as a political science professor at the same time working with Foreign Service. He took a point blank. You know, he said, look, when Turbo came, before Turbo could even come to the presidency, Turbo didn't even know Tubman died. It was Councillor Lavla Cowboy Johnson at the time who was the chief of staff during Tubman regime. According to the professor, there's a foreign embassy near Liberia that called the chief of staff, and he went there. I don't want to call name. And they told him, look, you're the country people, you've been suffering in the country for the political ministry, agitation, and all of that. This is the best time to take over the country. According to Dr. Guano, Lavla Cowboy Johnson Sr. told him that our constitution said when the president died, the vice president took over. That was the end of the conversation. After that conversation, he went on Turbo farm. Y'all go look it up. I say, no, I'm quoting somebody. Y'all know that. He went on Turbo farm and told Turbo, the president passed away. That he brought Turbo and Turbo to overpower.
But
you see, now, just let me end a little bit. Now, look in our country. Just look by there. Just look there. And see tangible majority of the roads, feeder roads, from this point to that point, from market to this place to farm road, including the SKD was initiated by Turbo. Jonathan Road, 1978. I read about that. What he put down when. Oh, come on, you go sleep. Our country, especially Africa, the president got a lot on their plate. All the things we're talking, Senator, Chief Justice, all the things, the judge. When Judge Weah took over, the first person he targeted was Kabina Janet. Because they got something on their sleeve. Why? He didn't want Supreme Court to come up with anything, then Kabina Janet dissent. Because the man on the bench was a critical mind. Kabina Janet and Ellen had a good relationship from day one before we were gone. A Kabina Janet can hold a profession key to her heart, descending on opinions that Ellen really wanted in her favor. They aren't talking about people planting like Joe. Yeah. That way you go, you put the man out, you say you poor man, you ain't got no money, you come bring got no money, then you go to your uncle, who was already elected as a senator, and oh shit, and put you on the Supreme Court bench.
But not you know, the people said that just JNB.
People just stupid.
The people said JNB not did well, you know, JNB not did well, not be wrong. But the Southeast, how many presidents that the Southeast are providing? Do they have?
Samuel came from there. Turbo came from there. Turbo came from there, by the way.
But do they have rule?
No.
Yeah.
All those trucks are leaving from Nimba can almost turn around. But hold a minute. When Joe Weah came to power, and they said they were bringing Coastal Highway, the two companies that brought out, what happened to them today?
My brother, this guy.
When I saw finance minister the last time, sometimes I can just shut Spunter off. Because you can't have one man come to lecture everybody. You're talking about you are the best. You got the best economic policy. But you can't even pass the MCC. It's just simple, Mr. Finance Minister. You are the best. You are the best student. But you can't even pass the MCC. The people you said they didn't do good for the country, they didn't have no money there, but the land reserve there, they had small cars that you could start with, they pass it throughout. As ugly as any government was, they did good. They did some good stuff. We did not have fundamental framework, policy-wise, when we had successive government coming from armed conflict, and then we reward them with job, political job. Imagine it was CDC that had taken over 2005. We would have been in disaster. We would have gone back to war. Look, let me tell you something. I tell people all can be critical, but for some of us that read political science, you know what? All that thing finance minister thought that day, most of these guys, no disrespect to them, they need to do some research. When somebody is standing in your area, call somebody to come and come. They will call Samuel Jackson to counter and Samuel Jackson going to CDC now. Yeah, he's going to CDC now. Call some kind of critical mind to come and counter argue this man lies, because you can't lie with confidence like that. You're going for visa interview.
Okay, we have another caller right now.
Yeah, but let me just make this one point, please. Somebody said investigation inconclusive.
Hello? Yeah,
for God in heaven's sake, how can the executive protective service officer go with a president on the country tour? He got shot 2 times, then they said, do you know who did it? Then he said, you get security, you want American people to go in your country to celebrate with you.
Thank you.
What kind of shame is that? Who able to kill the third man and the turbans on a compound?
Thank you.
Come on, man. That's a charade.
Thank you. Okora, what is the name and where are you calling her from?
First of all, I will not call my neighbor and do you eat your wedding. The food was good.
You said what?
I said, I will not call my neighbor and eat your wedding. The food was good. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And you?
Okay. You know, what I don't understand is this, right? You know, it's a good thing. I mean, I don't want to say good thing, but it's sad that child worker Johnson died. If Johnson were going to be living, there was going to be no problem, more problem in a collaboration than anything. Zero problem. Because child worker Johnson were going to be asking to be president too. So we're going to be tough. But let me say this to you. I think they made a mistake when they were joining the collaboration. Everybody made a mistake. When CDC came out and forming a collaboration, it was very clear. CDC said, no, we're not going to give the presidency to anybody. If you want to come and join us, the vice president joins there. Any other things, but the president said, no, we're not going to give it to anybody. What was the discussion between the 4 collaborating political parties before they came together? Was there a strict discussion? Did they agree that when we come together, Waka is going to be the standard bearer?
No,
Cummings to go vice president?
No, that was not discussed.
It was not discussed. Okay. So if it wasn't discussed, that was a mistake they all made. If you know you want to be president, you can't trade your presidency for anything, then why join a collaboration? You're not supposed to join. Stay by yourself and try it. Yeah. But this is the thing. They join a collaboration. Look at UA. You didn't even wait and UA players vote to Joseph Boaka. And Dawa Jono said, I'm leaning towards Boaka. So
normally
Dallas did not say I'm leaning towards Boaka. And Yumi Kana as well as leaning to Joseph Boaka. So what was it even necessary to have ANC? These are things that are supposed to be discussed before coming up, because if you coming together and you're forming a party, you got a framework, you got something you put together that we're going to follow this. You guys are all leaders. You're coming together. Why not go for the convention and see who win the convention, who is successful, who will appoint, and that person go on to be the standard bearer. Everybody support that person. But for me, and what I would say is this: it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work. The person know, the person know, because we had a meeting with the woman last night, and we told him plainly blank. You know me, I can't have my own thing. I told the plainly blank that these collaborations is not going to work. The sooner is better. The sooner is better for him to divert his ball game to different other collaborating political party who will come to him and let him make it clear that the presidency is not tradable for anything but the vice presidency. Anybody who willing to join, then they can be able to join. And they almost said, you know, to me last night and to other people that they are thinking on that, but we should hold our heart tight and wait. When he go back in Liberia, we hear a good news. So with that, I'm pretty much sure what the woman will say.
It's not going to work. So the best thing to do is just to let it go. You know what I mean? The Pierre and the guy been friends before. They've been friends before. He know Cummings. They all know each other. Let it go. The only thing, what I think they can do is to separate and just make an agreement that it's up to you. If I win and I go there and I go in second round, it's up to you to support me or support me. So you decide if you want to support me or not. And I think that would be way better, or there will be no more headache. Everybody can go on and do what they're supposed to do. Then you don't got to worry about that. But to me, the whole collaborating thing, I think they made a mistake from the beginning.
No. They made a mistake. The person said
they made a mistake from the beginning. Serious mistake they made from the beginning.
Admitted to it that they made a serious mistake.
And you know what I think? What I think is this, right? I think that this confusion, everything is coming up because Charles Walker Boston was the main one that really brought the collaboration together. He was the one that was very serious. He told CDC the code. He was very serious about it. So since he passed it, like everything just to a standstill. You know what I mean? Everybody just confused. They don't know what to do. So, but the best thing for them to do is just to separate. Everybody go to separate. Who win it? That's it.
All right. Thank you.
That's my only contribution.
Thank you. Folks, that's how we'll let you come to the very, very end of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. I've been here, Lee, host, Uze Abraham. Maybe starting from Monday, will be 2 or 3 or 4 people here to do the presentations. As we having our resigning meeting at 10 o'clock, see you all there at 10. And we wish you all well. We wish JNB well.